Hello and welcome back to Behind Gypsy. Today's episode 23. I do have a screen right in front of me, so um it's not like I don't know what episode it is, because trust me, I cannot remember. It's been a while. And sorry for that. I took my hood off. So just presentation on YouTube. Um again, today is episode 23, and of course, it's the long-awaited episode of um, about Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, all the holiday stuff, um, the time of giving, like they all call it. Um, of course, we titled it the Holiday Bounty. Uh, we do celebrate Christmas, so if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's why we called it the Holiday Bounty and not something else. And a lot of different people got a lot of different things. Um, I don't think I really talked to any of the people that I know about what they got. Um, and I feel I felt bad. I feel bad when I kind of look back at the episode now, um, and kind of talk about what I got for Christmas, because not everyone. And I feel really bad for saying this, because then it makes me sound a certain way too. Not everyone has the same thing. Not everyone, blah blah blah. But go ahead and do it anyway. So, um, so just to start from the beginning. Now, of course, this is all off the memory. Um, I mean, Christmas was, uh, for me 2 months ago. The holidays was 2-3 months ago. So it's definitely been a while. Some of the stuff that I have gotten has already the packaging has already been broken. So, um, yeah. Uh, it's been a while. Um, uh, where should I start at? So the main thing that, and uh, I kind of, I don't hide a lot. As probably most of I'm I live at two households. I live up at York, which that's why I created Good Morning Central York, because I live up in Central York. Um, of course, I live down in my hometown. I don't disclose that information because, I mean, why does the internet need to know that? Um, so of course, stuff down in my hometown was a little bit better than up here in central. Um, so I guess we should just start with the smaller stuff first. Basically, here I got a Ravens Sherpa blanket. It's up on my bed. It's that, like, if you're watching the YouTube version, it's that like white layer on top of a pillow. I would take it down, but I don't regularly. God, I cannot speak. Make my bed. So of course it's just kind of like tangled with the comforter. I would take it down, but say like just a $40 blanket. Um, $200 plus another 20, so 220. Um, of course my brother did get like a whole gaming. It was like cheap stuff off of Amazon. I don't recommend doing if you're gonna get stuff off of Amazon. Don't do it. Like, just make sure you know what you're getting. Get name brand things, not like, oh, we're gonna go get Bluefinger, which is actually the kind that he got. Was keyboard, mouse pad, um, gaming headset. It wasn't the greatest, but it's getting them by. Um, what he used to have before was, um, we all love Dave and Buster's. Um, and I think as you get older, you realize that more and more of the stuff that they kind of give you is just junk that is gonna go bad in about a year. Exactly, the same thing happened to my brother. I don't know if he got a headset from there or not, but I remember he got a keyboard and mouse, and they went bad within a year. We were kind of talking about, like, hey, let's go for um, what company did we choose? I think I said Steel Series. Since they are kind of that, like, better known company, um, than really anyone else's. Um, well, against LG with their Sorry for all the people who aren't really into computers, but I did learn about I'm very involved on YouTube. I watch YouTube every day. It goes Good Mythical Morning, Good Mythical More, um, Spawn Wave, his news wave stuff, and anything else, and then Linus Tech Tips. I have a big system, um, and so I learned about this thing from LG, which it's a mouse pad, but it can power your mouse, and then they give you like a little disc because most of the mice that they use or that they make, they have a little disc on the bottom with the logo. I think there are certain mice that are compatible with it, so you just swap out the discs, and then it'll charge um your mouse as you use it on the mouse pad. It's pretty cool. I think there are other companies that also did it, but I've been looking into investing in it because, I mean, hey, come on, like I like the idea. Um, the only problem is I don't have a lot of space on my desk because it's a small desk. Um, I got one. I got a desk. This is it's before the holidays, so I mean, like COVID hit, and I got a desk where it has and people who I guess are on the YouTube version, I could probably display it with my iPad. And try not to. No, I can't display it with my iPad. Okay. Well, never mind then. I thought I would be able to, but apparently I can't. So there's this part of the desk that is kind of lifted up a little bit, and then there's a drawer which kind of sits level with the bottom part and the top part. I do have another monitor like right on top of that second part. My original idea was putting my printer on there and then using my laptop, but then I got the monitor. I could probably still put the printer there. It just wouldn't look as nice with the weird cut on the top part. So, but anyway, back to what I was saying. Uh, yeah, he got that. We both got money. My brother then turned around after, I guess it was putting allowance and holiday money together. He then turned around and got an Oculus Quest 2, which it's not a horrible thing. I mean, none of it was really horrible. I don't know if he bought it before or after he got the money. So the one thing that we're kind of looking at now with that was why didn't you get a Rift? Which the main difference between the Quest and the Rift, the Quest is designed to stand alone, where the Rift is meant to go with a computer. And of course, in our hometown with our dad, of course my dad decided to get him, computer parts, which means, hey, you got a new computer, which isn't a very cheap thing to do. Even though I've been trying to see if I can do it, it's definitely not a cheap thing. I don't know if maybe we should, because I do have an old Dell Optiplex. When I got some of the stuff, my keyboard, my mouse, I got them from someone else. For no price, because family member. I wonder if I could try to repurpose that and then do a giveaway on it. That'd be interesting if I could do that. Something else I've been thinking of is doing a Gypsy care package. Just kind of doing that as almost like a publicity stunt. But I don't think I would go as far as, oh, let's have Mr. Peanut sacrifice himself. I'm still mad about that. I'm still mad that they didn't do a Super Bowl commercial for Mr. Peanut. You can have them driving on the same road again, because they drove on the side of a cliff. I can't remember. I think it was in Colorado, but I could be wrong. And they were driving on the side of a cliff and then fell over. Well, guess what? Now you have, I don't know, another Peanut mobile. I don't know what they would drive. That would have to be on the side of planners to figure that out. Just have them and then oh, we're gonna go slow because we don't want that to happen again. All laughing. End of the commercial. Super Bowl ad. Boom. But instead this year we had really bad ads. Well, I should say half of them were bad, half of them were good, because I think they did a lot more of, hey, let's cut away to the local ads, which is controlled by your local station. So, CBS in my area in Central is, I can't remember what number it is, but they do a lot of like banks, UPMC. I can't remember if they did a WellSpan. They did Penn State Medical. So and like beforehand, like before when you had a lot less of those, you would think, oh, Penn State got a Super Bowl commercial. No, that's the local station putting a commercial out. And the one commercial they aired from Penn State it was it was an older one, so you could tell that like, oh, they're just rerunning it because this is the local station. So, yeah, so we've been really like debating like, was that really a smart thing to do? But he has a Quest. It works with his computer, kind of. Doesn't work with Minecraft. We did look at a way around that, and it could have really ended up as a bad thing for everyone. So, better not download some virus stuff on our computer or his computer. So, of course, I did nothing with my $200. But I mean, I spent a good amount of it already. I was kind of holding out because Walmart sold an LG TV. It was a 2020 model. It was like a little over $300. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, it's 50 inches. And I was going to do that to replace my TCL, which I don't have anything against TCL. TCL is probably like a decent company who actually makes some. I mean, yeah, maybe they are a little bit cheaper, but they make some pretty decent stuff. I've been happy with my TV, but the only problem is I don't think I need the Roku built into the TV anymore. I think I want a regular TV. Basically just like a monitor, because most TVs is basically what that is. And so of course what would happen is I would get the LG, my brother would get the TCL Roku TV. Of course he has a Roku, and to cut down costs of Xfinity, because Xfinity is a lot of money. To cut down costs, my mom, when we moved and we switched from Dish to Xfinity, we lost our kind of wireless TV boxes. I think, yeah. I was trying to go one word at a time. And when we lost those, we really were trying to figure out what to do. Of course, we went to Amazon Fire, but that was really bad because you couldn't watch your Xfinity stuff on it, and I ended up not watching a lot because a lot of the TV stations that you have on Xfinity don't have Xfinity listed. It's kind of like an exclusive thing, I guess. And then I found Roku, or I found this TV, which my old TV, which was a Samsung. I love Samsung. I mean, my phone. Everyone on the audio version of this on Spotify, Apple Podcast, whatever you listen to, from Germany to America to Singapore to wherever. You're listening to a Samsung right now. My Dell isn't the best microphone. I've been thinking about getting an external one, but I don't know which one to really choose. So, I mean, if you have anything you want to recommend, please shoot us an email. Good morning century, good morning cysd@yahoo.com. I will say if I do get one, I might get it from Micro Center, since we totally can't go down to Maryland to get one. Because why would we do that when there's a bunch of travel restrictions in place? Yeah, because you got to quarantine for 2 weeks when you come back from there. So, yeah, I was going to replace my TV, but then the TV sold out, and that was in about January. And I was making deals with my brother at that point, before, like, on Christmas. So, if I could switch out the TVs, I would get privileges to his computer. It sounds absolutely stupid, but like his new computer, like everything that he got. And then for his Oculus Quest privileges, I think I let him shoot my new Nerf Pharaoh, which I'll get to that in a little bit, because that's it. That's interesting. Um, I ended up pulling out of that deal because I was tired of it, and the next thing that I could do was a Samsung TV for 366, and that was a lot more than what the LG TV was supposed to be. Um, and like I was kind of sweating it out because I'm like, man, I'm never gonna get a TV. I'm not like this. It's just gonna be an endless loop. So it turns out that like I just dropped the whole thing. Turned around, bought Valentine's gift for 3 people, and of course since it was like a buy one get four deal, which China, come on people, China supplies me with a decent amount of things. I mean TV, which I think TCL is in China. I have a case for an SSD. I now have those coming, which they're still stuck in California, and we're in Pennsylvania, so and I have a suspicion that they're gonna travel to Florida first since their American supplier is in Florida. So I think they're gonna go to Florida first and then come up. So it's gonna be a while since I see something about my order. So and maybe I'll turn around and like give them back because I mean that's a long time away from Valentine's Day even, and I thought I was gonna get them now, but apparently not. So something I gotta think about now if I just want to return them or because I tried reaching out to the people and they didn't respond. So, but yet they pushed out my order because it was about like, oh, the order's not shipped. What's going on? And then they shipped out the order. Like 3 days. It took them another 3 days, and then like, oh, we gotta send it back. So, yeah. I haven't spent. I still have about $100. Please don't rob me. And I don't know what to do with it. I am planning something with my friends. It could be up to $80, or it could just be something that's 60. So that's a big chunk of money. I really don't know. I could always go to the local game store. I'm not sure if I really want to go to GameStop anymore since I might lose all my power up points. Just because I heard they filed bankruptcy, which I'm not sure if that's true because I haven't really seen anything about it. I've just been seeing more stuff about their stock, which yes, their stock did go back down. So, I mean, we all saw it coming but to the people who sold when it was at like $400, I mean, can you give me some of that money, please? But yeah, I was hearing that GameStop filed for bankruptcy. Doesn't mean that they're gonna close a bunch of their close all their stores, but they were closing a lot before that. And it could just end up like a Blockbuster situation where you have a few left that just operate by the franchisor. So the franchisor is then the owner. Because that happened to Blockbuster where there was one in I think Oregon, and that was the last Blockbuster. So then it was like a whole different company because Blockbuster went bankrupt, but yet they were still a Blockbuster. So it was more like a family-owned business at that point. But then that also closed. So I think that close might have it could have happened from COVID because I mean if you rent movies and then send them back like they gotta sanitize them. I mean it's like a library, but maybe they just couldn't keep up with it. Maybe they had maybe Oregon had to shut down a bunch of times. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So, but it's kind of sad to think that we'll never get to experience Blockbuster. So now moving down south, of course, my hometown is down south. I have plans for my life after college to live there. So see you later, people. No longer am I going to stay in York. My computer's not like ringing. That's weird. Well, better. There it is. There it is. It started ringing after I said it. Moving down south, a lot of what I got was it was a lot of Legos. If you don't know me, I am very into Legos. I have a plan that there's a wall that I usually do. It has a certificate on it because I mean that certificate is like the biggest thing in my life, the biggest turning point in my academical career. And then of course there's like a knickknack from Rehoboth. That wall, which if you're watching the video version, you know which one I'm talking about. Um, that one is going to become a Lego wall. So I'm gonna have to start saving boxes and then cut the fronts off of them. So sorry, people who love to preserve the boxes, but cut the front off of it. So the rest of the box, it's gonna be recycled. Um, but then the front of the box is still preserved. I'm not a monster. Um, and then put it up on the wall, kind of just going up. Make it look nice, make it look cool. Um, let people know the reason why I don't have a girlfriend. why I'm why I love Valentine's Day so much, because I'm alone. So, but alone is what I like. So I just realized that like my Xbox is like right here because I was playing it. So I don't know if I like it there or not. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. So a lot of the Legos I got, it was a lot of the modular sets, the creator expert kind of buildings. I had the diner, the downtown diner, I think it was called, the corner garage, which is actually a harder one to find. And then I got the bookstore, but the bookstore is like a newer style. And so I think I'm going to turn to Bricklink, which, is also owned by Lego, but you can get parts off of that website. I think I might get some of the older parts off of it, like because I had the detective's office for like 1 or 2 years. And they have like the original style face. And so if, the diner and the corner garage both have that normal face, then I'm just going to replace the people's face or heads, the minifig heads, with the regular faces. I do want to replace some of the leaves on the one tree because they're fall leaves. All the characters are dressed up like it's fall when the diner, the corner garage, and the detective's office is like a normal season. So they did it weird. I do like how there's a lot of detail in the bookstore because I started building it. So I do give Lego credit there. So what else was there? There was a lot of Lego Star Wars sets. I got an AT-AT, so I'm actually kind of excited to put that one together. I got a UCS A-Wing. That's awesome, but the box got a little mashed in shipping, so I have to look at the front of it because it's a UCS. It's an Ultimate Collector Series, so it's not the biggest though, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Hopefully you know what I'm keying to. All the people in the world who, yeah, I don't have to say anymore. What else? I think I got a couple small ones, which I'm happy with the small ones because I can put them together once and then be like, yeah, I can admire it. I got a Sith TIE Fighter, which pretty cool. And my birthday's coming up, so I gotta put together a list. Actually, probably tomorrow, since that's a half today from when this episode gets released. Since it's a half day. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I got playing cards. This Theory 11, I think, is the company's. They do specialty cards. They have Jimmy Fallon, Saturday Night Live. I mean, basically all the big ones that you can imagine. They have two Star Wars. No, they have 3 Star Wars ones now. They originally made a Sith pack and then a Jedi pack, or it was Empire, but it had the sequels. So I mean Sith, kind of, and then it was also the Jedi Republic. That set. So it was like blue and red. They also made a Mandalorian one because I mean, come on, that became popular. Who's not going to buy a Mandalorian thing? I'm trying to think. So yeah, I got Hershey Santas. If you do not know me, and probably a lot of people don't know this about me, I go crazy for Hershey Santas. There is only one time a year that they release Hershey Santas. And these aren't regular Hershey's. These are like Hershey bars that have a nice old, like vintage style Santa on them. And there's something with the chocolate. The chocolate tastes different than a normal Hershey bar. It has to be the presses that they use. The presses, the chocolate presses, the whatever they make to like whatever they use to make the chocolate, it's got to be different because it definitely tastes different. I love them. There's only one time a year you can get them, unless I guess you go to eBay. And like I ran out of them about a week ago. So they don't last long. And you know, with Halloween kind of being that thing, like you get older, you don't get candy. So yeah, usually they would last about a year. Last year they did. This year they only lasted about a month. So I love them. They're like, if you want to get me a Christmas present, get me Hershey Santas. I will go crazy for those. Give me 5 packs of them like that. I'll make sure they're gone by March by my birthday. So that's only like 2 months and 8 days from the start of the year. So just give me a little bit, and I'll be gone. If you want to get me a Valentine's present, get me Hershey Santas. If you want to get me a birthday present, get me Hershey Santas. They gotta have them at Ollie's now because Ollie's always sells the old. Oh my god, I remember the time that I found goldfish, but they were expired, so they were selling expired food, and they saw all the expired stuff. I got a Switch Pro controller, except it's in the GameCube style. I got the indigo purple, because I mean, I love the controller. Something I did a year ago. We had like a Super Smash Brothers tournament kind of thing. It was only like 3 people who did it, so like it was just this little fun thing. And what they did was one of the other people who kind of set it up, but they didn't participate in it. She brought like GameCube controllers, and there are attachments that Nintendo sells that you can link your oh, I just realized that people on the what's it called version? Video version can hear my computer. Whew. It's just notifications, so it's not like you're missing anything if you're hearing it. So yeah, it was cool, and then I held the controller in my hand, and I absolutely loved it. I don't have a GameCube. I have a Wii, but I've never had a GameCube. I've never had anything that's been GameCube. And that moment that I held it and was playing with it, I loved it. And like, just having a Switch Pro controller that is like a GameCube controller, it's amazing. It's a little bit distorting because of the button map, how the buttons are laid out. It's really weird when you switch between them. Like when you switch between a Switch or like GameCube to Xbox to PS4. Yes, I don't have any of the next generation consoles because, yeah, can't find them. So yeah, that's yeah. Trying to think what else. So I loved it. I honestly loved it. The 2 other people, my brother, and one of the other kids that lives with us. He's not a foster kid. He's my dad's girlfriend's kid. There's no relation there yet. Maybe he'll become our stepbrother. I feel like, hey, let's call him stepbrother, but then that's gonna go down the drain sooner or later. So I've got no idea. What else was there? Oh yeah, they got Switch Pro controllers. I do love A Power. A Power is the one who makes those controllers. I've had an A Power controller before. I had the A Power Lego Wii remote. I lost a lot of those pieces, and I lost the actual controller except for the back plate. And that back plate is actually used on another Wii controller. So the only thing that I have left from that A Power Wii remote was a back plate. That's it. But I like them. They do a lot of good stuff. So I mean, good for them to make something that can last a while. I was seeing something today saying, oh, the Switch Pro controllers have a drift problem. The PS5 has a drift problem. The Xbox Series X and One have a drift problem. I mean, we're gonna see a lot of that. It just depends of the quality of the sensors that you use. But I did see someone do like a touchpad on the Joy Cons. It's pretty cool, but yeah. I think I got M&Ms or Hershey Duds or whatever they're called, the knockoff of M&Ms. Like they do a candy cane. So I think I still have those to do or to eat. Legos. There's a lot of Legos. And so the big one that we always get a family present every year. Last year, I can't really remember what last year's was. We got it like we always get family presents. That's how I got my Xbox One. That's how we got our PS4. That's how we got our game room that eventually turned into the other kids' room. We got and then like in that game room, we had an air hockey table. We brought back some of the older consoles that we haven't seen for years. So it was kind of that thing that we really liked. And this year going into it, me and my brother were totally like baffled because we didn't know what we were gonna get. And we're like, is our dad really going to get us like a PS5, an Xbox Series X? Is he really going to be like that nice and like that? Like, is he gonna break his chain where he always says to us he never buys so like the Series X came out this year or whatever 2020. He's not gonna buy it in 2020. He's gonna buy it in 2-3 years. I mean, we didn't get our PS4. The PS4s were released 2017, 24, whenever, like I think 2017. We didn't get one until 2019. So it's not like we don't have games. It's just we don't get them right away. And I think with me and my brother getting older, we're kind of a little bit more in tune with that stuff. And I think that kind of caused us to want a PS5, to want a Series X. Now, of course, me and my brother are divided on the topic. Where the PS5 is, I see the PS5 as this next generation console that has a new feeling, has a new everything, and the Series X is just something that they slap together and just better. My brother sees it as a way to have smaller load times and play all the games that we can play. Yes, the Series X opens up a lot of opportunity for me and my brother, but I don't like it. We don't see eye to eye on the issue. Brothers will be brothers, and we were kind of thinking like, are we really gonna have a PS5? And I never saw it. Well, I did see the one night I went down to get water because I get water from the cases and then put them up in the fridge, and my dad put the water in the room where the heater and the hot water heater is. It's not actually a room in the house. It's just a sectioned off room. It's their storage room. So I walk into the storage room. He has tables set up. Like, okay, there's presents on it. And I was like, okay, look down, Cole. Look down. Just don't look. We cannot look at this. And like, I couldn't help but smile. Like, oh my god, it's Christmas. So it was hard. But I never saw the box. There was this huge box that I never saw. I never looked at it. I never even knew it was there. Cause, looking down kind of helped with a lot of it, but I never saw the box there. And, Christmas Day I was with my dad, and then, the night I was with my mom. He comes out with this huge box, and I'm like, me and my brother kind of look at each other, and like, you kind of have that sense of like, well, it's not a PS5 because a PS5 is slim. It was like it was a proportional cube. It wasn't like a thin, rectangular box. It was a cube, like almost perfect. And we're kind of sitting there like baffled because we don't know what the heck it is. Now, of course, we never saw the Xbox Series Xbox. I actually saw it a couple days ago when some of the videos of like the launch stuff came up because I never watched the launch trailers. I watched the one that they came out with like a year or two ago. That's it. Um, so we're kind of thinking to ourselves like, is this really like a Series X? Did he really go all out to get a console that is a little bit more trusted? And we're sitting there like, no, we can't believe that because he just dumped a lot of money on a computer and Legos. Like there's no way that he did this. There's no way ever that he did this because it's not like him. It's not gonna happen. And he puts down. He's like, he sits down. He's like, okay, boys, open it. I'm like, I'm kind of scared to. I'm sitting here, I'm going over it again. I'm like, man, I'm scared to open it. We tear a corner. It's black with a little bit of writing on it, which it was really weird to me because I'm like, I don't know what it is. It's a black box with a little bit of, like, design on it. It was great design. It didn't really come through in my head. And then when you do a present, you take one big rip and you figure out what it is. And that's what we did. And we got a Lego Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon. If you don't know what that is, that's a Millennium Falcon, styled for both the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, so you can build it either way you want. Stuff that you can switch out later in time if you want to. And it's this thing that we always made fun of because it's this $800 set. It's the most expensive set on Lego.com. It's just kind of this joke. Now, of course, people make jokes about it too, like, oh, you'll never get it. You're never gonna have something like this. And that they make jokes about the Imperial Shuttle too, because that's another big one. Except I think that is $500 or $600, so a little bit more affordable. And it's this thing that we always made fun of because we knew my dad really wanted it. It's something that he's always wanted, and we always made fun of it, like something that I deeply wanted too. And we never got it because it's $800. It's a lot of money, and you don't really think, oh wait, my dad didn't get a $500 game console. He got an $800 Lego. Like, kind of seems like him at that point. It's really weird to kind of think about it because you really stuff that you make fun of it really opens your eyes to like, oh my god, now we have it. What do we do? It's still sitting in the box, and the box is beautiful. And I think the photos that Lego puts out is a little bit more deceiving. They show it as like a smaller box, which you don't expect it to be a large box, and it was huge. They really kind of said, "Hey, this is a small box," and you're like, "Really, $800?" And then you get the box, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I really paid my money for it." It's still sitting in the box. We're waiting till the summer to build it because everybody will have more time. We'll have more people on hand to build it. We don't know how we're building it yet. We haven't really discussed that. I think that'll probably come around in June when we kind of get bored enough to, hey, look, we want to build this now. Can we build it? And of course, my dad is also, when it's finished, he does plan on, I think he wants to renovate one of the tables he built in college to showcase it off, to make it look nice. I don't know if he's gonna build one from scratch or if he's gonna like modify the one he has. So, it's different. Definitely going to be something that I'm gonna be around a lot. But with my whole Lego wall thing, like I looked at it and I'm like, I want this. This is awesome. And with the whole Lego wall idea, I'm like, okay, if he lets me, because I don't know if he really wants to keep the box or not, because most people don't keep the box. If he doesn't want to keep the box, I take the front of the box, But then I will also take the one panel that it says Lego Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series, and then has a gray drawing of or gray outline of the Millennium Falcon. Like, it's super cool. Just take that, since that was like the biggest thing that like I ever saw, I ever kind of talked about, I ever joked about, and just frame it. Make a frame for it, put it up on the wall. Like, this is an achievement. This is something that like we've always waited for, and like we never knew was happening. So let's enjoy life. Let's enjoy it. So I don't know how he's gonna feel about it, because yeah, we are gonna redo my room at his house. Here I will redo my, like, this is the year of just renovating, so it's going to be a huge year, a huge comeback. And overall, I'm kind of just looking at it like, wow. Like, now, of course, he did say that, our birthdays are going to be smaller. Kind of going in now, like recapping that, going into my birthday in 2-3 weeks. That's definitely going to be something that like I'm not going to realize, and like, oh, now I know that I have this. So again, please don't rob us. I don't want to be robbed. I want to keep my Millennium Falcon. But of course, now I can come up to people and say, I have a Millennium Falcon. This is something that everybody wants, and I have it. Well, I don't think we're gonna resell it. My dad is actually into the whole reselling thing, and he has a bunch of sets that he does want to put together, but they're going for a lot of money right now, so he's kind of conflicted about what he wants to do or not, or what he wants to do or not. So this has been a very long episode because we talked about a lot, talked about all the holidays, everything. And I called this episode the Holiday Bounty because we got lots. And like I said before, not everyone has that. We understand that. We totally get that. We don't rub it in people's faces. It's just something that I kind of wanted to come on about and say, this is kind of my thought process behind it. This is what happened, and then this is like the reaction, like something that you can visualize on your own. Like now, like, huh? So from the perspective of someone else, from the perspective of something, there it is. Yeah, I really don't have anything else. It's such a long episode, 42 minutes, man. Like, you gotta love that. And I have a video file on here. The audio files, I think, are shorter or are lesser in size. So, good thing I don't convert these anymore. Sorry, people listening to the podcast. I don't like my phone that much. I can't, like, turn it on by the screen. And then I have to, like, touch lightly, not put my fingerprint on the sensor. Like, it's just something that I don't know, some kind of, like, we've gone for a while now. We've gone, and this is just gonna be crazy to kind of post and like, hey, people, here it is. So, yeah, this calls for an Instagram post. Tomorrow it does. Tomorrow, because I'm kind of tired. It's 8:30, man. Recording this, I do these late in the night because then I know. I will leave everyone who listens to this, who will ever listen to this, with one last thought. We have done in the past a series called Blanket Talks. And of course, I've kind of left off on that as I moved away from my normal spot, from my first spot. And so this has kind of come to my attention just by my own mind. We will be bringing back Blanket Talks. I will definitely make sure to schedule Blanket Talks 3. I don't know about 4. We'll see how 3 goes. I do have a crazy idea. So, this might be put on hold. This might be done. I don't know. But for right now, we're gonna keep going with this. We're gonna keep chugging. We're gonna bring back Blanket Talks. We're gonna have talks like these all the time and go an hour. We'll do we'll do a lot, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, Blanket Talks 3 will be coming back. Thanks for listening to the story, because I don't know. Some people say, oh, I love listening to podcasts because they just talk about stories. good for you. I've done that before, and I kind of sit there like imagining it. Recently I haven't really gotten into any. I don't listen to any right now. So, but thanks for everyone who listens. Thanks to everyone who will listen. This is probably one of the longest episodes that we've ever done. And then my phone just turned back off. Um, so thanks for being with us through this whole thing. We'll be back with more. Trust me. I don't know what else I would do. So with that, I can't say my normal line because that's saved for Good Morning except yours. We'll be back. Trust me. Because I don't know what else I would do. Maybe play Xbox like I did today. I don't know. So, yeah.